This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm delighted to be joined by a very happy Joe Weller here in Miami. Joe, how you doing?
Very well. So basically we've had the weigh-in moments ago and now we've gone straight to the free bar and it's getting very out of hand. But we're good.
He's held himself together for this interview though. Joe, we appreciate you quickly coming away. We saw today that AnEsonGib, Jake Paul, little heated up there. Jake Paul giving AnEsonGib a push. What's your thoughts on it?
Mate, pure overcompensation. So Jake, feeling like he needs to do all this bollocks and like headbutt him and like push him or whatever. Why is the question? Like why? If he was that confident in his ability, he'd go up there, stare the man in his eyes and then fuck off. But the fact he felt he needed to do all this Conor McGregor shit, it tells me, is he as confident as he's making out? That's the question I was asking, whereas Gib, he was there, he was chilled, he was composed, and I think like overall Team Gib seems more in the zone than Team Paul, in my opinion.
Do you see any comparisons between Jake Paul and Logan Paul and the way they both acted in the build up to their respective fights?
Yeah, I don't know if it's an LA thing or just what they do, but the whole show, putting on a show, is very much in the forefront of their brains, I feel like. Bag up! No, it's very much like they feel like they need to appear the part, like seem like they are the part. But in LA, I feel like they're all like that. They all dress like they want to come across as superstars. Whereas in a boxing ring, none of that matters. Whatever you're trying to put across, mate, fuck it off. Because unless you really, really want it, it don't matter. And I believe, deep down, when it gets to those hard rounds, 4 and 5s, 6 and stuff, Gib will want it more. Gib will keep pushing.
What did you make of the physiques of both? I know people may read into it, may not. AnEson obviously coming up to Jake's weight. Can we read anything into the different physiques?
No. Honestly, AnEsonGib, he spars against guys that are bigger than him all the time. A guy called JMX, who's 6'5", right, double his weight, and he peppers him, he bangs him. He spars KSI and does well against him. More often than not, Gib is going against guys bigger than him, even though in his previous 2 fights, that's not been the case. So the fact that Jake's a little bit more naturally, suited to that weight, I don't think it matters. What Gib brings, how he powers his tools that he has, is, I don't think you can prepare for, because it's wild, but it's so aggressive.
From your conversations with Gib this week, what have been your thoughts on the way that he's handled the week?
Well, he's not got too invested. I mean, he's been energetic, he's been loud, but at the same time, he's not allowed himself to get carried away in that bollocks. Like, Jake has tried to come across like, yeah, I write books, I'm an entrepreneur, fuck off, right? No one cares. At the end of the day, it's all about the fight.
How do you see the fight playing out then tomorrow night?
A fast pace. Gib will bring a very fast pace, but Jake will tire around round 3 and Gib will keep coming. Could be a TKO round 5, I'd say. A TKO, if not, Gib on points, unless the zone decide to, pull a fast one and give it to Jake if it goes to points.
That's something I was going to ask you. Obviously, there's been talks about KSI possibly facing Jake Paul if Jake was victorious. Does that mean that Gib, in his own head, he might feel like he has to get the stoppage just to make sure there isn't anything going on?
He don't give a fuck, right? I'm not going to lie, he's not thinking about anything else bar winning. Obviously, he wants to get the stoppage, obviously, but for no other reason apart from the fact that he wants to. That's it, right? So, end of the day, I think that's going to play in his favour. Jake's going to get too caught up in the moment. The pressure's going to be like, oh God, I need to do this and that. Saying this, I could be wrong and he could pull it out of the bag because he is a sound athlete and a fighter. So, I don't know, I just can't wait, to be honest, mate.
And as the week's gone on, what's been your thoughts on the rest of the card? Start off with Tevin Farmer, Joseph Diaz. Got a little tasty up there on stage. What was your thoughts on it?
I mean, I love it. I love when boxers give it a little bit. I'm not going to lie, I say all this overcompensating bollocks, but we love seeing fighters give it some. I'm going to smash your face in, mate. Do you know what I mean? Not, oh, nice to meet you, let's have a kiss and a cuddle. Nah, So I like it when they get, you know, up in each other's faces, to be fair, so yeah.
Do you think the cards maybe missed that a little bit? It's taken them to the way for us to have any bit of that. Do you think we could have done with that in the build-up a bit more?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's entertainment, mate. This is the difference. Everyone, like, obviously, it's you know, a lot of people complain about, you know, the YouTube boxing, but up till now, it's the entertainment factor that has like justified it. The fact that, you know, Logan and KSI, they were so entertaining, back and forward, you know, bringing that sort of marketing factor. Whereas these guys, you know, you can be the best boxer in the world, but if you're not connecting with people, no one cares. And that's like, honestly, when I say no one, I mean like the casuals, obviously the purists, you know, they care about the boxing, but if you're going to get that larger audience, you need to bring the entertainment.
Obviously, the YouTube fight is one that's been discussed a lot throughout the week. When you consider the events that have been put on throughout the week, do you think anybody who does tune in will kind of consider and maybe think this is how every fight's going to be? Do you think there's got to be a little careful? We've got to be a little careful that people just don't assume every fight will be like this.
What, like this in terms of what?
In terms of events and the way that today's been put on.
I mean, yeah. Look, realistically, there's not enough YouTubers that do boxing for every event to be like this. Like, I mean, in terms of this, as in doing a weigh-in as a pool party with a free bar, like, it's good. But look, YouTube boxing, it's here, but it's not here to take over. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we're gonna do events, and I hope it continues, but it'll be like twice a year, maybe.
The rest of the side, man, they've all alluded and talked about the potential KSI Jake Paul fight. In their eyes, they can't actually see it happening, but there's a possibility it could. If it was to happen, how do you think a KSI and Jake Paul fight would play out?
KSI win. He brings too much heat. I think both of them, these American guys, well, Jake, the Pauls, I think they're good boxers, but they don't have that heat that Gib and JJ bring. The ability to not care whether you're about to get your face kicked in or punched in and being able to just go for it. Like, they all like the technical standing off, boxing pretty. It's not pretty. This is not going to be pretty. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a battle.
Having covered boxing over these last few months, what's been your thoughts? How do you feel that you've handled it all, and how have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it, to be honest. Talking about boxing, I love boxing, just like you watching right now. I love the sport of boxing. It's so fun, so entertaining, so addictive. Do you know what I mean? So to be able to represent it and talk about it and enjoy it, mate, it's been so good.
When the time comes and the YouTube fights are no more, is that the end of Joe Weller in boxing, or?
If Sky Sports realise what's good for him, they will sign me as a full-time presenter and put me not on the main card, because I realise that you need to be, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like unless you're over the age of 30, you can't be on the, you know, the main sort of presenting team, because you need to be taken seriously and not be a kid. But you know, whether it's on YouTube or something, there is definitely a place for me in boxing. I genuinely believe, and I'd love the powers that be to realise that without sounding arrogant. I'd love to do it more often, not just on the YouTube cards, but on the main cards, because I'm so invested in boxing. I love it as a sport. So yeah, but you know, maybe I've got to prove myself more. I've got to do more events and yeah, like prove myself. But so be it. I'm willing to do it.
Do you think we could maybe see you start to attend the UK shows for your own channel then?
I don't know about for my YouTube channel. Yeah, I think only the YouTube events make sense to go on my YouTube channel, but yeah, like you know, the mainstream events, I'd love to work on. You know, I'm equally invested.
What was the original image for yourself when you started out on this journey, created your YouTube channel, began to build yourself? What did you actually want to achieve originally?
So I wanted to be a filmmaker, if I'm honest, doing comedy shit. You know, I looked at the likes of KSI and people like that were doing videos, and I thought, yeah, I can do that. I can do it in my own way and do it. I wanted to get even bigger. And you know, I eventually ended up, well, I've done so much, mate, like it's class, and I want to continue doing that. I want to continue progressing and doing more. But I'm not gonna lie, My mates have just gone somewhere and I do need to find them. So am I cool to go?
Yes, Joe, last word. Ahead to tomorrow night. How's it going to go down?
Round 5, AnEsonGib TKO.
Catch you later, Joe.
Respect. Nice one, mate.